Welcome to Rays of Hope, where inspiration meets possibilities. Join us on this journey as we explore videos that illuminate the path to positivity, resilience, and success. How baking can help you relieve stress and find calm. Stress has a way of creeping into our daily lives, often leaving us feeling overwhelmed. While there are countless ways to unwind, baking offers a unique escape that's both creative and rewarding. The simple act of measuring ingredients, mixing batter, and watching something delicious come to life can work wonders for your mind. It engages your senses, keeps you focused, and gives you a break from life's chaos. In today's busy world, finding small moments of calm is more important than ever, and baking might just be the sweet solution you're looking for. The science behind baking and stress relief. Baking is more than just a way to whip up a tasty treat. It's an activity that offers powerful stress relief benefits. When you bake, your brain and body engage in ways that can calm your mind, recenter your focus, and bring positive feelings into your day. From following recipes to kneading dough, each step plays a role in shifting mental gears and lowering stress levels. Let's break down exactly how baking helps soothe stress. The role of focus and mindfulness in baking. When stress consumes you, your mind often runs in circles, jumping from one worry to the next. Baking interrupts this pattern. Following a recipe requires attention to detail and keeps you present in the moment. Measuring ingredients, setting timers, adjusting the oven's temperature, it all demands focus, which gives your brain a much-needed rest from anxious thoughts. This focus on the task at hand mirrors mindfulness techniques often promoted for stress management. Think about it. Mindfulness is all about being in the now, and baking naturally pulls you into that same state. In a way, baking becomes a meditation in motion. You're completely absorbed, and everyday stressors get pushed to the sidelines. It's like hitting the pause button on your worries. The impact of creativity on mental health. Baking is where science meets art, and that creative side plays a huge part in reducing stress. Decorating cookies, experimenting with flavors, or making something entirely from scratch taps into your imagination. You get a sense of satisfaction from creating something beautiful or unique, and that process can lift your mood in a meaningful way. This creativity triggers a release of dopamine, the brain's feel-good chemical. Dopamine surges when you accomplish something pleasurable or exciting, even as simple as frosting cupcakes or perfecting a pie crust. Baking lets you take control and create something on your terms, which can counteract feelings of helplessness brought on by stress. The boost to your mental health isn't just about the end product but also about the joy in the process itself. Sensory engagement for stress relief. Ever notice how baking engages your senses? The feel of soft dough under your hands, the aroma of cookies fresh out of the oven, the vibrant colors of icing, all these sensory experiences are incredibly grounding. When you activate your senses, your brain shifts away from stress and into a mode of calm awareness. Certain textures, like kneading dough or sifting flour, can even have a therapeutic effect, similar to stress balls or kinetic sand. The smells are equally powerful. Scents like vanilla, cinnamon, or chocolate are linked to comfort and relaxation. It's no wonder many people feel a sense of nostalgia or happiness while baking. These sensory cues pull you out of your head and connect you to the physical world, helping to combat feelings of anxiety. This section explores how baking goes beyond the kitchen, offering real psychological and emotional benefits for stress relief. Whether you're following a recipe step by step, adding creative flair, or soaking in the sensory rewards, baking truly provides a sweet escape from life's pressures. Baking as a form of active meditation. Baking is more than just a fun hobby or way to make desserts. It can also be a therapeutic practice. The act of baking encourages mindfulness by keeping you engaged, focused, and free from distractions. This isn't far from how meditation works to quiet the mind. By putting yourself into the rhythm of baking, you'll find that it's easier to let go of busy thoughts and enjoy a sense of calm. Here's how baking aligns with meditative practices and helps to balance your mental state. Repetitive actions and their calming effect. There's something inherently soothing about repeating simple, physical movements, like kneading dough, whisking batter, or rolling out pastry. These repetitive tasks are similar to the rhythm of deep breathing in traditional meditation. As your hands work through the motions, your mind gets a chance to slow down. Why does this happen? When you do repetitive activities, your brain often shifts into what's known as a rest state. This means the focus on a rhythm or task reduces mental clutter, like overthinking or ruminating on problems. While your hands are busy shaping dough, your brain isn't as likely to spiral into stress or worry. Think about kneading dough, for instance. It's a full-body experience, pressing, stretching, folding. The methodical pattern becomes second nature, almost like listening to soft music on repeat. This physical rhythm doesn't just quiet the mind, it also puts you in control. Instead of focusing on what's out of your control, you're actively creating something. That's powerful for stress relief. Living in the moment through baking. When you're baking, it's impossible to worry about the future or stress over the past. Why? Because baking demands your full attention. Tasks like measuring flour precisely, timing a yeast rise just right, or ensuring a cake doesn't overbake force you to stay rooted in the present moment. This state of flow, as psychologists call it, happens when you're completely absorbed in an activity. Time seems to disappear, and you lose awareness of external distractions. Baking often brings people into this focused state. You're not multitasking or checking emails, you're here, now, cutting butter into flour or decorating cupcakes. It's like mental decluttering. By keeping your focus narrow, it clears space for calmness to settle in. The sensory experience plays into this too. Smelling warm vanilla as it wafts from the oven, feeling the coolness of dough beneath your fingers, or even hearing the rhythmic sound of a whisk. It all pulls you into the moment. This sensory immersion naturally quiets the anxious mind. So next time life feels overwhelming, head to the kitchen. Baking not only produces delicious treats but also gives you a much-needed time out to reconnect with yourself, one step at a time. Emotional fulfillment through baking. Baking taps into something deeper than simply mixing ingredients or following steps. It nurtures the soul. On a tough day, whipping up a batch of cookies or kneading fresh dough isn't just about the food, it's about connection, achievement, and emotional well-being. The process offers more than just a distraction. It gives you moments of joy, accomplishment, and the ability to share a part of yourself with others. Sharing baked goods to build relationships. There's a unique kind of happiness that comes from offering something handmade to others. Whether it's a plate of muffins for a neighbor, a pie for your family, or cookies for coworkers, sharing baked treats strengthens connections. It's not just about the food itself, it's about the thought behind it. Baking says, "I care," in the form of warm, delicious bites. When you see someone smile after tasting something you worked hard on, it sparks a sense of purpose and pride. It's one thing to say you appreciate someone, it's another to show it with a homemade gift. Baking creates a bridge, opening doors to deeper conversations and tighter bonds. In communities, this small act can grow into something even bigger. Think about bake sales raising funds for a cause or bringing treats to a community event. They're ways to connect, show kindness, and feel included. In these moments, your stress can fade, replaced with the fulfilling sense of being part of something larger than yourself. Boosting self-esteem through successful bakes. There's something deeply satisfying about conquering a recipe, especially one you've never tried before. Maybe it's as simple as finally baking the perfect brownie or as complex as tackling a multi-layer cake. Each success gives you a boost of confidence and a sense of accomplishment. Baking has measurable results. Mix the right ingredients, follow the process, and you're rewarded with a tangible product that you created. This feeling matters. If you've ever doubted yourself, accomplishing something in the kitchen can remind you of what you're capable of. Even when life feels uncertain, baking offers a small, attainable win. Struggled with a bread recipe for weeks? Getting it right can feel like a triumph. And failures? They're just steps on the road to the next victory. Each attempt teaches you something new. Baking also allows for personal expression. You're not just following instructions, you're making choices, flavors, decorations, tweaks to the recipe. That creative input reinforces the idea that you have control and an ability to create something special. With every success, baking reinforces your self-worth and reminds you that you're capable, creative, and resourceful. Baking as a structured stress outlet. When life feels chaotic, it's easy to feel like everything is out of control. Baking, with its clear instructions and predictable results, can be a comforting and structured way to bring a sense of calm into your life. The process itself feels like a step-by-step guide to order, even when everything else feels uncertain. Let's explore how the structure of baking serves as an outlet for stress relief. The comfort of predictable outcomes. In a world full of surprises, unpredictability can quickly add to stress. Baking eliminates that unpredictability by offering a clear roadmap. Recipes are carefully laid out with exact instructions. Measure this, mix that, bake at this temperature, and voila, a finished product that follows predictable rules. This process can feel exceptionally calming when your life feels like it's spinning in too many directions. Think about it. When you bake a batch of cookies, you know exactly how they'll turn out as long as you stick to the recipe. This sense of control is comforting. It offers you a guaranteed payoff after following clearly defined steps. Unlike the uncontrollable elements of life, baking rewards you with results you can count on. And if something does go wrong occasionally, it's often easy to identify why, which makes it low pressure compared to other uncertainties. Baking can be a quiet reminder that not everything has to be open-ended or undefined. Sometimes, it's enough to follow a path knowing that success is waiting at the end. Organizing and planning in the kitchen. Have you ever noticed how baking naturally forces you to plan and organize? Before you even start, there's a checklist that runs through your mind. Do I have all the ingredients? What equipment do I need? Do I have enough time? This planning phase itself can be grounding. It shifts your mind away from stressful thoughts and onto something manageable. When you move into the kitchen, organization takes center stage. Measuring cups need to be lined up, ingredients should be prepped, and steps must be followed in order. This structure creates a miniature world of control that's yours to manage. For someone feeling scattered or overwhelmed, this single-point focus can feel like a blessing. Here's how baking promotes order. Step-by-step instructions. Recipes guide you from start to finish, leaving little room for uncertainty. Precision. Following exact measurements forces you to pay attention, engaging your logical side while calming overthinking. Time management. You have to plan, set timers, and monitor progress, all of which encourage structure. Baking transforms what might seem like chaos, a counter covered with ingredients, into a neatly finished product. Each phase, from prepping to baking to cleaning up, creates a rhythm that soothes your mind and allows you to regain control, one step at a time. It's not just about making treats, it's about making sense of the moment. So, when everything feels unmanageable, making time to bake can provide relief. The rules, steps, and predictable outcomes give you space to breathe and gain a sense of control, even if it's just in the kitchen. Thank you for joining us on this uplifting journey with Rays of Hope. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe to stay tuned for more videos that spark hope and empowerment. Until next time, keep shining brightly. Thank you for watching.